Hopefully that missile goes in here. Yes, it does!
I'm so addicted to this game, it's disgusting.
How's it going? Today, we're talking about Arc Raiders, so let's get into it. What if there was an extraction shooter that wasn't built on fear, but on pure, glorious chaos? That's the challenge Embark Studios accepted when they launched Arc Raiders. For years, the extraction genre has been dominated by realism, punishing mechanics, and a quick time to kill. Today, we're going to talk about how Arc Raiders throws that rulebook out the window. It offers high-stakes scavenging that is somehow more accessible and more dynamic than anything else on the market. For those who don't know what Arc Raiders is, at its core, the premise is simple. You are a raider. You live in Speranza, a vibrant underground bunker, humanity's final sanctuary. Above you is the surface, or the topside, a beautiful yet brutal open world dominated by merciless robots known as the Ark. Your goal is to venture out, scavenge valuable resources, gear, and rare components, and extract safely. The risk is immense, but fail to extract and you lose everything carried with you. But succeed and you contribute to Speranza's and your own future. You hold on to those hard-won components to craft permanent upgrades, new weapons, and powerful gadgets. This resource-intensive progression loop is the heartbeat of the game. The most defining feature of Arc Raiders, and the one that separates it from its peers, is its approach to player versus player combat. In most extraction shooters, the time to kill is brutally fast. A single well-placed headshot could end a 30-minute raid instantly. Arc Raiders is fundamentally different. Every raider can have the outer shield that must be depleted before their actual health can be damaged. This small mechanic has massive consequences for gameplay. It means that combat is no longer a game of instant reflexes and peak shooting. It becomes a sustained engagement. You have tactical repositioning and squad coordination that are required. When you get shot, your shield cracks, giving you precious seconds to dive behind cover, utilize one of your gadgets, or communicate with your squad for suppressive fire. Furthermore, the game mechanics are designed to keep you in the fight. Being downed doesn't instantly eliminate you. A nearby teammate could revive you, and there's a small chance which you could still extract even if you're downed. All your squad mates have to do is get you onto that elevator. These mechanics are designed to lower the barrier to entry. It makes PvP engagements accessible to a wider audience without sacrificing the thrill of the chase. Now you may ask, but if PvP is friendlier, where does the real threat come from? Trust me, the game doesn't lose its challenge. It just shifts some of that focus from PvP to the Ark. These robots are not mere window dressing. They are the most powerful and consistent threat on the map. The minute you fire your weapon or you start a loud activity, you are attracting attention. The Ark has a diverse military structure too. You have standard ground units such as the Fireball and the Tick, then you have mid-tier units like the Leaper, Bastion, Bombarder, and the current boss is the Queen. There are also aerial units as well, like the Hornet and the Wasp, with your more mid-tier unit being the Rocketeer, and then you also have support units such as the Snitch, Spotter, or Surveyor. These Ark can be utterly terrifying. They will obliterate players if they are ill-prepared, and this is where the true chaotic genius of Arc Raiders shines. Two human squads locked in tense gunfight over a rare resource cache can suddenly find themselves sandwiched between a barrage of enemy fire and the Ark reinforcements. This unpredictable synergy of player versus environment is precisely what drives the game's staggering replayability. Every drop into the topside is essentially the setup for an untold story, a unique scenario that will never be repeated. You might go in seeking a specific component, but you'll come out with a tale of impossible escape, a betrayal during a fragile truce,
Yo, what the?
Or a miraculous extraction achieved.
Get out of there, Jerry! Please!
But what's the ultimate test of survival after all that chaos? Well, that brings us to the extraction gauntlet. This is the highest stake moment of the entire game. To extract, you must call in a specialized lift using an interface out in the open. Once initiated, the lift not only takes some time to arrive, but it sets off a loud broadcast of your exact location to every player and ARC unit nearby. The air fills with tension as the lift countdown begins. Every second is a potential ambush. Raiders who have survived the PvP and PvE and step onto that lift have truly earned their loot. Successfully getting out with a backpack full of loot or the blueprint that you needed gives you a major dopamine hit that is hard to match across many other extraction shooters. Now maybe you don't have a squad, or you want a solo queue. In my opinion, some of the most clippable moments can come from these matches.
Cause I can see the sun pew, 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 pew. So I had to roll on the drive, baby.
ARC Raiders uses priority matchmaking for solo queuers to ideally put them in games with other solos. In my experience, almost everyone I've come across in these solo games has been super friendly and willing to give a hand in your quests or aid you in killing ARC. This community has inspired some streamers to do bits like reversed extract camping, or it's camping the extract to make sure that solo queuers get out alive. This profound strategy means that extract killing is discouraged, and those who protect the extract can obtain loot from quote-unquote rat raiders. Beyond the mechanics, ARC Raiders tells its story through atmosphere and environmental design. The world is a stunning example of post-apocalyptic beauty. The setting is a post-collapse version of Italy. It gives the map a recognizable yet mournful foundation. The environments are bright, overgrown with lush vegetation, and often bathed in rich, warm light that contrasts sharply with cold, lethal, metallic hue of the ARC. This visual dichotomy is a key part of the game's identity. Where many apocalypse games are defined by gray or muted palettes, ARC Raiders utilizes a distinct retro-futuristic aesthetic. The design of ARC units feels plucked straight out of a classic late 80s or 90s sci-fi film. Sleek, menacing, and instantly iconic. This blend of classic sci-fi design with contemporary high-fidelity graphics gives the game a timeless and unique visual flair. That's complemented perfectly by the synthwave-inspired soundtrack composed by Patrick Andren. That pulsing, driving electronic score elevates the tension of every raid and gives the whole experience a stylized vibe. But does this gorgeous world have a story worth risking your gear for? While exploring the topside, you find glimpses of the past, shattered human infrastructure, abandoned cars, and the silent, overgrown reminders of the world that was. The lore surrounding the ARC's origins is equally intriguing. Who built these machines? Were they a military AI, a corporate error, or something far more ancient? The in-game collectibles and small narrative snippets scattered across the map hint at a deeper unfolding mystery that will likely be revealed through seasons and updates. This focuses on an intriguing world, giving players more to loot than just components. They're also scavenging for narrative context. The most endearing piece of lore and crucial element of the resource loop is Scrappy, your loud feathered companion. He passively scavenges for materials while you're topside. He's essentially a passive farm for basic in-game resources. The existence of this slightly absurd, loyal animal companion grounds the high-tech sci-fi setting with a touch of charming post-apocalyptic absurdity. Critically, Scrappy is upgradable. You can train him with higher tiers, with specific, often whimsical items from the top side. These quirky, upgradable requirements create delightful mini-quests that force you to focus on some quieter residential areas in the map. This adds another layer that is unique to ARC Raiders. By keeping Scrappy well trained, you guarantee a steady flow of basic materials, ensuring that even a failed raid doesn't leave you completely empty-handed. So why is this game succeeding where others have failed? It comes down to the team behind it and the target audience. The success of ARC Raiders cannot be separated from its developer, Embark Studios. This is a team whose very DNA is built on creating dynamic, player-driven experiences. It's proven by their other major title, The Finals. You can see the shared philosophical threads in ARC Raiders. a deep focus on fluid movement, high-stakes emergent combat, and player-driven unpredictability. Crucially, Embark has demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to the player community. The game's long pre-launch phase included multiple closed and open playtests. This wasn't just a simple bug testing. The developers actively solicited, debated, and implemented player feedback. Specific examples are abound. The extraction timer was adjusted based on player feedback, the balance of certain weapons was completely overhauled, and the performance optimization was aggressively prioritized after early network issues. This dedication to iterative development means that a player base feels like a true partner in the game's evolution. They aren't just consumers, they are contributors. As a pay-to-play title with a Battle Pass element that is currently free, the future outlook for Arc Raiders looks promising. The barrier to entry is only $40, ensuring a healthy active player base, which is crucial for a multiplayer extraction game. For the future, I think we can expect a roadmap that includes new dangerous zones, Arc variants, and a continuous stream of new gadgets and upgrades to chase. Arc Raiders isn't trying to dethrone the hyper-realistic hardcore extraction shooter. It's doing something far more interesting. It is forging a new path. It's a game where the challenge comes from balancing two simultaneous wars, the fight against the merciless machine and the fight against a fellow raider. You must balance all of this while scrambling to make it onto that lift. That's why it's beautiful yet brutal, and ultimately a brilliant chaotic vision for what an extraction shooter can be, lowering the barrier to entry for so many people. So let me know down below what your favorite loadout is, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and hit subscribe if you want to see what's next.